Howdy and hello there. Welcome to another episode of Mean Green Pack where we talk Green Bay Packer football. I am your host, John, and this is why I said I was scared about this game last week. But I'm very scared. I feel like this could be a trap game. The Green Bay Packers losing to the Carolina Panthers badly, and I mean badly despite what the score is 16-13. I say bad because we are bad on offense. We are bad on defense, and again, we are bad on special teams. It's like we didn't even practice this week, and it was for the same reasons I was talking about last week. The inconsistency, the reserve play calling, the penalties. Penalties were really killing us. They were drive killers. And then I guess this week we decided to add blocking because we just decided we weren't going to block for nothing this week. But let's get right to it. Offensive side, Jordan Love on his birthday went 26 for 37, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's lucky it wasn't 2. The 1 interception he had was a deep pass to Christian Watson in triple coverage. It was so bad the defender, all he had to do was wait for the ball to just fall in his hands. The other one that should have been an interception, it was in the red zone. I don't know what he was thinking, but he threw it, and the only person there was another Panther defender. He was completely wide open. The only other person that was close to wearing green near him was out in the back of the end zone. I think that Panther defender thought he couldn't believe it was coming to him, and he jumped for excitement. He ended up dropping the ball. So Love was lucky on that. I will give Love credit though. He was driving the ball down. He was giving us some good drives. He was giving some good production, but it was the penalties that were really killing us, setting us back 10 yards constantly. And why would we keep running screenplays on third and long? The fourth down try that we did in the red zone, we should have just kicked it. The swing plays, the screen plays, none of that was working because we just couldn't block nothing. And it did not help with the fact that Michael Golden, he went out with a shoulder injury. Right now he is day-to-day. And Tucker Kraft, he is now officially out for the season with a torn ACL. So 2 very good targets. 1 done for the season. 1 we're hoping he's going to be healthy enough to come back this Sunday because we are going to need him. On the defensive side, we just could not get any stops. Micah Parsons, for the first time in his career, could not get any kind of pressure on quarterback, on Bryce Young. And Bryce Young, he went 11 for 20 with 102 yards and 1 interception. He did not play well at all. What really killed us from the Panthers is the fact that Rico Dowdle had 25 carries, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Everybody knew that Rico Dowdle was going to get the ball today. Sunday. Everybody knew. It was no secret. Yeah, he may share some carries with Hubbard, but he was going to be the main guy, and he ran all over us. I really thought we had a run defense, a rushing defense, until we met Rico Dowdle. Panthers, pay that man. What also really irritates me about this game is the fact that we had 7 possessions, and not once did we punt. And normally that would be a good thing, but not this time, because in those 7 possessions, we went fumble, field goal, missed field goal, interception, turnover on downs, and then finally a touchdown. That is not good, especially how tight of a race this conference is, which I'll touch over in a minute. As tight as it is in this NFC conference, we cannot take a day off. We can't take a week off. We can't take a game. We can't take nothing off. We're now hitting into week 10 for a Monday night game against the defending Super Bowl champions, Philadelphia Eagles, who were just picking up everybody here in the trade deadline. So we have no time to relax. We need to clean things up. We need to freaking put our cleats in the grass and get aggressive. We need to do something because what's going on right now, this is not the team I want to see in the playoffs. If I'm any other team, I want to see the Packers in the playoffs because then to me, that's going to be an easy bye week. There were 2 players that did stand out for me who are going to be my stars of the game this past Sunday. It's going to be Romeo Doubs on the offensive side. He had 7 receptions for 91 yards. On the defensive side was Xavier McKinney, which I'm going to go into a little more detail with this because he had 3 tackles, 1 sack, and 1 interception. That's great stats, great production for him. But what bothers me about it is the fact that you're looking at a Panthers offensive personnel who have switched up so many times that they're number 1 in the league for having so many different offensive personnel, but we could not get nothing from it. We had Xavier McKinney had to be the only one with a sack. Micah Parsons, like I said again, he had 0 pressures. Rashawn Gary had no sacks. Parsons had no sacks. We just couldn't get nothing. And it's a lot of credit to the Panthers because they seemed like they practiced. They came in with a game plan. They executed the game plan, and they came out with a W. While we living with a loss, trying to figure out what we got to fix, what we got to do, and how we're going to prepare now for the Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles, our Monday night matchup, which is going to be at home in Lambeau, so hopefully home field advantage will be beneficial for us, aside from what it was this past Sunday with the Panthers. Eagles, they're ranked 23rd in overall offense, 26th in passing, 19th in rushing. Their defensive side, they're 23rd in defense, 18th in passing, 19th in rushing. Now, they may be ranked lower in us in offensive defensive side, but they are sitting at 6-2. And no matter what, they somehow, like with other teams, like you look at the Bucks, you look at the Rams, they still make it happen. They still find a way to win. If you look at the Eagles, they were on a bye week, and all it did was take for us to lose, for them to now be the number 1 seed. We got dropped down to the number 4 seed. Luckily, the Lions lost to the Vikings, so Lions did not get do any catching up with us. We're still number 1. But if you look at the conference, like I said, you got Eagles 6-2, Bucks, Seahawks, and Rams, they're 6-2. 49ers, I don't know how with all their injuries, but they're still in the mix at 6-3. And now the Panthers are 5-4. Bears and Vikings with their wins, they make them 5-3 and 4-4. Lions are sitting at 5-3. Those are the top 10 teams in the NFC conference right now. Very small margin for error. It is unpredictable season. Anything can happen, so we cannot be lazy at all. If we continue to be lazy, we'll just freaking find ourselves watching the playoffs. Quite frankly, like I said, if that's how we're going to play, I would rather not make the playoffs at all than be an easy win for somebody in the playoffs. This week on Mean Green Pack, I am introducing a new segment called Interesting Facts. It's where I take the team that Green Bay is playing that week, and I find facts about the two teams and I present them. This week it's going to be sponsored by my little brother, Bing Bong, Mr. and I quote, Curtis Paulino, favorite son of Paulino family, Kelly Green-blooded, first of Paulino family with multiple Super Bowl wins and first of his name, who can also cook and clean, gives great massages, and he can spell Mississippi without singing the song. Yes, I told him I would play the Eagles fight song for him while I said this. Cut that off. That's enough of that crap. Anyway, the Packers, they lead the series with the Eagles 28-20. Now, the interesting fact is, back in 1992, a young Brett Favre overcame a shoulder injury in a comeback win to beat the Philadelphia Eagles 27-24. Now, after that same year, the great and legendary Reggie White signed with the Green Bay Packers, saying he was highly impressed with Brett Favre. Also, the Philadelphia Eagles are the only loss suffered by Vince Lombardi's Green Bay Packers during his whole playoff run with the Packers. And last but not least, this doesn't have anything to do with the Philadelphia Eagles or the facts between Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. This is just about the Green Bay Packers alone. So, we lost this past Sunday, 16-13, and lost our tight end, Tucker Kraft. Back in 2010, same thing happened against the Washington Redskins. We lost 16-13 in overtime, and we lost our star tight end, Jermichael Finley. And at that time, too, Aaron Rodgers was 27. When we lost, Jordan Love had just turned 27 that day. That 2010 is the year Aaron Rodgers won his one and only Super Bowl as of now. Could we see a repeat of history? There's been a lot of similarities, so we shall see. Also, next week, we're going to be debuting another new segment called the Paulino Family Football. Now, if you've seen our other videos, you've seen that we have all come together and we pick two teams and we see which team will get the first during the year. Now, instead of doing that anymore, we're going to have Mr. Camden come on the show and he's going to present the standings, wins, losses, and who is in the lead. So tune in next week for that. And that brings us to our questions of the week, where we ask questions about each upcoming game this Sunday and Monday. First off being Broncos and Raiders. Broncos, do you know that you can play more than just the fourth quarter? And I'm pretty sure your fans would appreciate you playing all four quarters. Colts, Falcons. Will the Colts bounce back from that 6-turnover loss to the Steelers? Browns, Jets. Can the Jets make it 3 weeks in a row without a loss? Yes, I know they had a bye last week, but it's the Jets. Let's give them one. Panthers, Saints. Panthers, I said it before, I'll say it again. This is not a question. This is a statement. This is a demand, actually. Pay Rico Dowdle. Pay the man. He deserves it. Patriots, Bucks. Will the Bucks stay healthy after getting some players back from their bye week? Ravens, Vikings, and actually also Giants, Bears. Giants and Ravens, just please beat the Vikings and Bears. Please. We need all the help we can get. The way this team is playing. Jags, Texans. Will CJ Stroud return from that concussion? I hope he's doing all right. Cardinals, Seahawks. Cardinals, can you please do me a favor and beat the Seahawks the way you beat the Cowboys? Cowboys fans, you guys doing all right? Hope you enjoyed that bye week. Lions, Commanders. Hey, Commanders, that side of the field where Jaden Daniels got hurt, a lot of players seem to get hurt on that side. Maybe that side might be a little cursed. Throw some sage on it. Get it blessed. Damn. Rams, 49ers. Are the Rams the new quiet team that is doing really good and nobody's talking about? And 49ers, how can y'all still keep getting hurt and still win? What is your secret? Steelers, Chargers. Are the Chargers going to limp their way through the rest of the season? I know I talked to them earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Philadelphia Eagles, Green Bay Packers, Monday night. Are the Packers going to continue to stress me? Are the Packers going to give me a heart attack? Are the Packers going to continue to be inconsistent, have reserve play calling? Or are they going to come up with some new BS to piss me off? They did last week without blocking, without having a rushing defense. The Packers are actually going to do something this week because I can't take it no more. And bring back Haversack.